GoVerizon.com, a branch of Verizon, surveyed more than 1,000 U.S. adults who had COVID-19. Their study found that nearly one-third of survey respondents didn't alert their employer when they tested positive.
Now we also have multiple states loosening restrictions. We have several new strains of the virus within the United States. And the team at go.verizon.com just thought it was especially important to be transparent about COVID safety in public spaces in the workplace right now.
Out of the respondents who didn't tell their employer about their COVID-19 exposure, 33% of respondents didn't tell because they didn't consider a big deal. 26% of respondents didn't think their employer would think it was an issue, and 17% feared losing their job.
A major trend that we're seeing from our survey is that there's just this lack of clear guidelines in most workplaces. The top answer for why respondents kept these diagnoses secret from their employers was simply because they didn't think it was a big deal. So obviously, there's a gap in communication there. The most important responsibility an employer has right now is just to make sure that their employees know what to do when they've tested positive.
12% of respondents who didn't alert their employer when they had COVID-19 symptoms work in information technology. 11% of respondents work in healthcare, and 11% also work in education.
I think it's important to note that everyone's situation is different, and we did have a few respondents where they kind of know that missing work means missing a paycheck.
Iyer says in order for employees to feel safe returning to the office, it's in the staff's best interest to be upfront about positive COVID-19 cases in order to keep everyone safe.
Incredibly important to be honest about diagnoses and exposures, because even if it doesn't feel important to you, it could end up saving somebody's life, especially if you work in person, to be wearing a mask, or better yet, to be staying home if you've tested positive.
Reporting in Savannah, Claire Going, WSAV Now.